I've been asked to share some of the technical and safety information related to pipelines because as the former federal regulator in charge of pipeline safety, that's something I can speak to. I've lived it for 2+ decades, and I think it's important to get the correct information out there so that people can make an informed decision. The data tells us that you are far more likely to be struck by lightning multiple times than to ever have a negative interaction with a pipeline.
With CO2, compared to your natural gas and your other liquids, those are flammable, whereas carbon is not. It's going to dissipate. We use carbon dioxide in fire extinguishers and other extinguishing agents in facilities all across the country. And so the explosion hazard, the fire hazard, that's not a concern compared to other pipelines.
CO2 pipelines are very safe. Let me back up for a second and talk about general pipelines. General pipelines are 99.999% safe. It's the safest mode of transportation that we have. Safer than trucks, safer than cars, safer than ships. And CO2 pipelines are even safer. If you look at the safety records, nobody has ever been killed or seriously injured from a CO2 pipeline.
Carbon capture is important for South Dakota because it's important for our country and our world. And if we don't find ourselves on the road to carbon capture, we'll be left behind.
Quite frankly, we need the CO2 pipeline because there's an important nexus to ethanol that maybe some people aren't talking about. And that is, for the future of agriculture here in the Midwest, we need to reduce the carbon score. By doing that, we're ensuring that ethanol is going to remain a competitive fuel well into the future, and that ethanol will continue to evolve as we look at biofuels and other sustainable fuels like sustainable aviation fuels. I think both political parties, granted maybe for different reasons and to different degrees, want to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. This is also about American energy security, and that's something I haven't heard spoken about. You know, we were on the precipice of being energy independent just 4 or 5 years ago. Ethanol is crucial to our energy security strategy and ensuring that we're not dependent upon overseas, authoritarian, non-democratic regimes for our supply of energy. If you look at Summit Carbon Solutions and the people that they have leading this project, they have spent their entire life in energy, and they come from many successful pipeline companies. They have the skills, the knowledge, and the know-how. And when you couple that with advances in technology, I think this will be the safest pipeline project ever built.